Well, I'm back. Our new little kitty. Anyway, got back from vacation Sunday. Had a good time fishing up north. Didn't catch a whole lot of fish, but very relaxing. So we're all back to normal again. So now I started putting some of the sealer in this fuel tank. You can see the chalky white outside, but the inside is the same way. And I started putting sealer in there, and you can kind of see it. Looks like silver paint. And what I did is I put a plastic bag over the filler here, and then I poured some sealer down in it, and that helped coat some of it anyway. Then I flipped it upside down and poured some more right in the spigot there, or the opening for it, I guess you'd call it, right there. And slosh that around up in there. Hopefully it covered. But you can kind of see the stuff is just like what it is. But if you've never sealed one, I've never sealed one before, you know, most fuel tanks you can't see inside of them. Well, that didn't work so good. Just a minute. Okay. I dropped her off the sawhorses here. Get an idea what it's doing. And anyway, I'm going to bring that sealer all the way up to about this line right here. Right up through here. And we'll just slosh that stuff back and forth. And you can see, like I was saying, it's like paint. So you just, if you're sealing one of these fuel tanks, and obviously you can't see inside of it like this one, but it gives you an idea of how slow to turn it. Very slow. And it just, everything just kind of flows around it. So that's what you want. And you want it to coat, and it sticks like paint. So anyway, I'll finish the rest of it and bring it back. Well, I'll try to show you here what I was referring to with this stuff rolling around. You look in there, you can see that stuff kind of moving. It's just like I said, it's like paint. And I don't know if this is showing up. Hopefully. But it's a real slow process. The interesting part will be when I get to the holes. You can kind of see it moving there a little bit. Anyway, you get the idea. Well, we're all done as far as we're going to go today. I got it upside down right now. You can see the pickup tube is up there. I got a nail stuck underneath it just to kind of keep it from sticking to the bottom, because I got to pull that see, I put a screw in a piece of rubber on the end of that hose, and what I'm going to do is pull that hose off of there, and I'll show you what I'm going to put in the end of it. But anyway, I'll show you the rest of the tank here. It coated it very well, and it's still running. You can see it in the back there, kind of running down, and it all kind of pooled right there in the center, which is okay. Now this is the top that we're looking at right here, and that is where a lot of the pinholes were. So I'll show you some of the pinholes. trying to find a spot where it kind of seeped out the holes. Can't really see it now. But it did. There were a few little pinholes that it decided to come out of, which was good. And they're all on the top. You can't see anything here. So we're going to let that dry, and then I'm going to put the baffle in. This is the baffle, and we're going to put that in place, and then we'll set it in there like this, and we will tack it with a weld in different spots along the edge, because they had it soldered right there. You can kind of see the solder, and there was some solder over here, but it just didn't hold, obviously. So a little tack with the MIG welder will help. This stuff don't clean up. I put it in this paint can here, and I put some paint thinner in it, and obviously it's like stupid. It's for gasoline. So yeah, I didn't touch it. Lacquer thinner will do a little bit to it, but nothing else. So it's just a paint can. So I took the cap and I cleaned it all up, got all that off of there, and because I don't know how hard it's going to dry, but hopefully we got everything sealed up well. I'm hoping in this spigot too that it's especially right up in here, I'm hoping that that's sealed up. And there was a bad spot right up underneath here too, around this solder joint where water was coming out of it. So what we're going to do when we're done, when I get everything back together, I've still got to look for some caulk that I want to put around here. We'll slide the end cover on, and then we'll bend the edges around it, and we're going to caulk all the around the top here too. And after we get that done, we'll let that cure. Then I can't really, I'll have to tack weld it. I'll probably, I don't know, try to tack weld it, the edges to the outside of this thing, because the caulk just isn't going to be strong enough to keep gasoline from pushing the end out. And so it's definitely going to have to be welded, because it was soldered before, and the solder, you know, it held. That's how they made them from the factory, I guess. So, but anyway, that's all we got for now. I'll bring him back when we get the rest of her in place. Thanks for watching. Here's the little gizmo that I'm going to put in the little rubber hose in the end of the filler tube. This has got a filter on it, if you can see that. And it's just a real light screen, similar to what was on it, but this has got a little check valve in it. And so hopefully that will keep the fuel from, you know, running back into the tank. I mean, there was no check valve on it before, but anyway, that is a part that I use in snowmobile tanks. And of course, you all seen this. This is the fuel gauge, and it appears to be working. I checked it with an ohm meter, and it appears to work, but we will see once I get it in place. And we'll put some water in it, and we'll see on the ohm meter whether it's doing anything or not. So anyway, that's all we got.